Welcome to another Word for Today with Ray. Today's lesson comes from Jonah chapter 1 verse 3. The title is Jonah Fleeing from God's Call. God Almighty sent His word to Jonah to arise and go to Nineveh. Nineveh was a great city, and their wickedness had come up before God. In chapter 1 and verse 3 of his prophecy, we learn how Jonah responded to God's call by fleeing from him, where we read, "But Jonah rose up to flee unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord, and went down to Joppa. And he found a ship going to Tarshish. So he paid the fare thereof, and went down into it, to go with them unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord." The verse begins, "But Jonah rose up to flee unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord, and went down to Joppa." The writer began with the word "but," which is a disassociation conjunction that means what is about to be written takes precedence over what was just stated. Jonah, which means dove, rose up, or arose, aroused, and erected himself to flee, or run away, chase, put to flight, shoot, and hurry away unto Tarshish, which means yellow jasper, and was a city of the Phoenicians in a distant part of the Mediterranean Sea. It says he went from the presence, or the face, or the person of the Lord, which refers to Jehovah or Jehovah, who is the existing one and the proper name of the one true God. And it says he went down, or descended, declined, marched, or sunk down to Joppa, which means beautiful, and was a town on the southwest coast of Palestine in the territory of Dan, which became the primary port of Jerusalem during the reign of Solomon. Instead of complying with and answering the commission of God, Jonah ran away from it. The verse continues, "And he found a ship going to Tarshish. So he paid the fare thereof, and went down into it." The writer added, "And he found," which means to obtain, secure, acquire, and get, a ship or a merchant ship going to Tarshish, which means yellow jasper, and was a city of the Phoenicians in a distant part of the Mediterranean Sea. So he paid, or he gave, and set forth and put the fare thereof, or the hire, wages, reward, pay, and fee, and he went down into it, or had gone down, descended, declined, marched, or sunk down. After Jonah found the merchant ship going to Tarshish, he paid the fare and went down into the inside of it. Finally, the word says, "to go with them unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord." The writer continued with the words "to go," or to enter, attain, and be enumerated with them unto Tarshish, which means yellow jasper, and he was going from the presence or the face or person of the Lord, who is Jehovah or Jehovah, in the existing one and the proper name of the one true God. Jonah desired to flee from the face and presence of God, and as he boarded the ship, he thought he accomplished and fulfilled his desire. When we think through these words, we may think it laughable that Jonah actually thought he could go anywhere where God is not. Jonah had his plan, and he thought if he boarded a merchant ship, he could go as far away from the city of Nineveh as possible. Sometimes we may think we can somehow flee from the presence of God. However, this is impossible. God Almighty is omnipresent, which means everywhere present. And those who think they can go anywhere in this world where He is not are greatly mistaken. Jesus Christ told His disciples, "Lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world." And we are challenged by the psalmist who wrote, "Where shall I go from your spirit? Or where shall I flee from your presence? If I ascend up into heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, you are there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, even the night shall be a light about me. Yet the darkness hides not from you, but the night shines as the day. The darkness and the light are both alike unto you. Let us know this, that God is everywhere. And should he call us to any particular task, let us not be deceived into believing we could ever hide from him. Next time, we'll see God send a great wind against Jonah's ship. So read ahead, and we shall join together then. Until tomorrow, there is more. Look for the daily devotional book, Equipped for Battle, From Generation to Generation, the marriage book, So You Want to Be Married, and the new devotional, 1 Year in the Sermon on the Mount, in all the major bookstore sites. Or you can find it locally at www.mrz.com/bookstore. Thank you again for listening to the Word for Today with Ray, and may the Lord bless you as you continue to study His Word.